Welcome back to our series called Elaina's Experiments. Every week we bring in local STEM educators and enthusiasts to share some ideas for experiments and demonstrations you can do at home using things you likely have laying around. And you may have a child gearing up for the science fair. So joining us with some tips and tricks and of course an experiment, we have our friend Michelle Roy, the science coordinator at the Kern County Superintendent of Schools. Thank you for stopping by.
It's always my pleasure to be here with you.
I love science in Kern County. I love the science fair, as you do too. This is your baby.
Me too.
And you have some tips for the students who will be competing in March.
Yes, I do. So as you know, when I'm going to date myself, but one of my favorite television shows when I was a kid was The Brady Bunch. And when the Brady kids did their volcano experiment for the science fair and kind of showed how a volcano works. And although it's super cool to watch that explosion happen between baking soda and vinegar, it truly is just a demonstration. And really what we're looking for at the Kern County Science Fair is an investigation where we are comparing, potentially this to that through the collection of some data. And so I just wanted to quickly talk about a potential example of an investigation that we could do at home as a potentially really cool science fair project, of which I'm really curious about too, because we see out in the world these insulated cups which are incredibly popular, and I'm wondering about their effectiveness versus just the regular solo cup. And so to think about controlling our variables, we need the same amount of water. And so if I take my 1 cup of water and I pour it into my regular cup, and then I do the same with pouring another 1 cup of water into my pour my water out there, another 1 cup, so that we have the same amount in our 2 cups, and put it in my big cup. And then I have some thermometers. Perfect. And I'd want to take my opening temperature to start, and then periodically, as the investigator, the scientist doing the work, think about how regularly I want to collect my data. Maybe at 0 minute, as my baseline, and then at 1 minute, 5 minute, 10 minute, to see which potentially stays colder is what I would be testing in this case, and ultimately be able to answer that question of which one is better, this or that, and not necessarily showing just how this insulated cup works.
Yes.
That's my nutshell version of the difference between an investigation and a demonstration.
I just love that, and it's all about that data. And then I also love there's so much public speaking when it comes to the science fair. These kids are looking at judges who are all community volunteers. Correct. And they're learning to look them in the eye and defend, this was my idea and this is how I did it. And so we need more of those community volunteers to help these kids.
Yes, we do. So we're hoping this year registration for the science fair closes on January 24th, and we're hoping to have again a nice crowd of students, anywhere between 500 and 600 kiddos. And you can imagine that the Herculean lift to have the community members come out, we need about 200 to 250 volunteers from around the community to come out on the Science Fair Day to help us judge all these amazing projects that the students are going to be showing up with.
I just love this. And don't feel intimidated. You don't have to be a science expert. You don't necessarily have to be in a science field. You just need to be a community volunteer. Our own Rick Bentley, our 17 entertainment expert, loves participating in this. We are part of the Kern County Science Foundation. We all love being part of this. Just go to the website and sign up. You can search for the Kern County Science Fair. It pops up right there on the KCSOS website to link to register. But you're just going to have a lot of fun coming up in March helping these kids out. And if you have any questions about the project, you ask the student, and it helps them to present, and everybody wins, and it's just such a delightful day.
Exactly. And if you have any reservations about coming out, or thinking that maybe you're not adequately prepped, we have a wide range of students participating, all the way from our little 4th graders all the way up to our super sophisticated 12th graders who may have been doing science fair the whole time. So, you know, really all types of folks, you just really have to have a heart for kids and just be excited about hearing about all the really cool things that kids have learned.
Exactly, and there will be training for those judges too, so you're not going into it blind. We're going to help you through it. Michelle, thank you so much. We appreciate this.
It's always my pleasure.
And she's always here to answer questions too, so if you are a family or a teacher looking for some insider tips and tricks on the science fair, reach out to the superintendent of schools.